I'm glad that you're here. I hope that everybody's doing good and all things are well. This is just kind of a little pop up live that I felt like I needed to explain a few things to you. So, I really appreciate you all coming in. I'm glad that you're here, and I hope to see more of you very soon. Oh, my glasses are reflecting all kinds of things. Y'all, I'm drinking some tea. It's Black's Tropical Homestead's brain power tea. Yeah, I need all the brain power I can get, let me tell you. I don't have a whole lot of brain power these days, but I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Rebecca and Pam, you guys are really precious and sweet, and thank you for being here. I wanted to get to a point where I could share a time in my life that was, I'm going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, that was embarrassing, y'all. It was embarrassing. It was trying. And I've managed to be able to change that and to help that with herbs and things that I've made. I made some calendula infused castor oil, y'all. Calendula oil. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate that. So, as most of you know, I have psoriatic arthritis and rheumatoid arthritis and just about everything but osteo, because you get osteoarthritis. Thank you. You love my glasses. Thank you. Hey, Butler. I'm glad you're here. So, yeah, I got just about every kind of arthritis you could think of. The only thing is, osteoarthritis comes from over exercise, and I can promise you I don't over exercise. Nope, I don't. I don't over exercise very much. But with that comes some autoimmune issues that have kind of sort of run my life a little bit. I have psoriatic arthritis, and with that comes some skin issues that were very damning and, quite frankly, extremely embarrassing. Because your hands, if you have this on your hands are your biggest greeter, right? You hold out your hands, you offer yourself up as an open person to be able to say hello and how do and shake hands and grab things and touch things and all these kinds of things. And at the time, I had psoriasis on my hands so badly that they were cracking and bleeding and flaking and having all kinds of terrible troubles. Well, y'all, I fixed that. I have. And I wanted to share it with you. I really wanted to share it with you because you are smart enough to do this yourself. But I happen to have already done it for you if you would like. I do have some, it's called calendula infused oil. And I made some little bottles. This is just me and these little bottles and handwritten notices and things. I have little eyedropper bottles and I have some roll-on bottles that you might be able to try as well. I carry this around in my pocketbook. I carry it in the car. Got calendula oil all over the world, y'all. I'm telling you, it's all over the place. But what has happened? Yeah, when I want to shake a hand, Black's Tropical Homestead, it took a few times to be able to type in the chat. I'm glad you're here. Good. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, Christine. So, um, I thought I was alone. I thought it was just me that went through this. I went through times where people would go, what's that on your hands? And, or trying to be polite, they would say, does that hurt? And I didn't even know that they had really noticed because I tried to always keep my hands closed and, hey, Sandy, keep my hands closed and not um, not let people see my hands, y'all. How hard is it that you can't let people see your hands? I also had it terribly on the bottom of one foot. Why one foot? I don't know, but it was one foot. It wasn't the other. But I've managed to be able to make some calendula oil that helped me, and maybe it will help you too. Maybe. But I got some. And if you want some, we'll talk about it in just a minute. But I wanted to tell you some of the trials and tribulations that I had gone through. You don't realize, people say, well, just put on gloves. Just put on gloves. Well, you don't really think about putting on gloves if you're going to the park with your grandchildren and you're getting ready to push them in the swing or jump on the slide or pick up a drink or eat a French fry. Something really bad for you, but you don't think about those things. And having opened wounds on my hands was life-changing. It made me nervous to go into the grocery store. It just touching the baskets in the grocery store. You think, if somebody has come in here before me with a cold or whatever, and then I would use their hand sanitizer that they have at the grocery stores for your grocery carts. But then when I would put it on my hands, or the bars of the grocery cart would burn like fire. Burn like fire. Well, calendula is a healing agent, right? It helps with wounds. It's like a not tropical, I got Black's Tropical on my brain. You love your French fries. Thank you, Sandy. I love you too. And, I would forget to bring gloves. I would forget to bring a towel or a cart rack or any of those things. And you're exposing your whole body to anybody's infection that they have out there in the world. To anybody and everybody. Somebody wipes their nose and touch the cart, and there you've gotten it not only on your hands, but inside your body. So I've been using this calendula oil. And look at can you see my hands? Can you see them? There's no open wounds. I'm so tickled, y'all. I can hardly stand it. I have been dancing around the house and doing this and that. I've used it now, mind you. I've been using it for about 2 months, maybe 3 months, something like that. But I started using that, and it has helped me so much. Now, I have a little bit more to go on my left hand. You see that little dot right there? There's a little dot. But that little dot used to be an open, gaping wound. Stress has a little something to do with it, I can tell you. You get stressed out, you start breaking out with your psoriasis. But this has helped so much. It has helped me to feel confident, to walk out, to go outside of the house, or any of those things. Now, I've had my friends tell me, Anne, you have to tell people about this. You have to. And if you can make enough to be able to sell some, because it's just me, then they're going to want it. You're not helping, you're not hurting other people by letting them know that they can potentially help themselves as well. This is calendula that's infused with castor oil. Now, castor oil is some kind of good. It heals a whole bunch of things. I don't drink it. It's only topical. Trust me. Hey, Jags. It's only topical. And what I do, I use, especially in the beginning, Miss Pam has a good question. How often do I use it? I have used it, especially in the beginning, every day, at least 3 times a day. Just drop a few drops, or I have these smaller things. They're just little roll-ons that you can use. And every time I walk by the counter, I would take some, rub it on myself. Now, what I'm doing is I'm selling it. If you want some, you can contact me at landofplentyproducts@gmail.com. Landofplentyproducts@gmail.com. And because it came from the land of plenty, right? Except for the castor oil. When I am sourcing goods out, I make sure that I know the company, that I have recommendations. So I don't grow my own castor. So castor oil I do have to source out. But it is cold pressed, Hexon free, and it's really good castor oil. Now, I've been doing the castor oil pulling for over a year, and it has made such a difference in my life. As far as castor oil, I do some navel pulling. I know it sounds weird, but I put 3 little drops in my belly button. Yep, navel pulling. And it helps me sleep. It helps my digestion. If there's other areas in my body that hurt, I use it on there. But now, with the extra, you're from Maryland. You're so happy for me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now I can use calendula and castor oil. Y'all research calendula. It's calendula. Just see how good it is. This calendula has so many products. Am I shipping only in the U.S.? Absolutely. I'm so sorry, y'all. You love the castor oil. You can't sleep without it. Me either. Unfortunately, at this time, I can't ship out of the U.S. It's U.S. only because I checked. I really did check. And I went to the post office with a container because I've sold a few of these things. I went to the post office with a container and they said, well, Canada might accept oil products, but you have to have it plastic wrapped, liquid absorbers in a box, and that box has to be in a double box. So it's something that the shipping was going to be $45 for one little teeny bottle. And I'm not charging, but it's $25 for the big bottle, $15 for the little bottle, and if you want both, there's a special of $35 for both. But if you would like to email me, thelandofplentyproducts@gmail.com. I'm soon going to have a website, y'all. I'm working on a website. I just can't believe that Dale, little old Ann, that doesn't know a bit of thing about technical anything, is going to have a website. But I am, because there's a few more products that I have that have been helping me a lot. And I really appreciate that. Thank you, Sandy. And thank you, Pam, for all of those hints and things. So, yes, calendula oil has helped. And if I could get my foot up here, which I can't get my foot up here, I'd show you my foot too. How much would 2 of the big bottles be? Okay, so they're $25 a piece. Because I can put them in the same bag, shipping is free, y'all. I'm not charging anything for shipping. So shipping is included in the price. Shipping and handling, which is a big deal. Shipping and handling is a big deal. But if you get 2 of the big bottles, then that would be $50. So it would be $45. $45 for 2 of the big bottles. $35 for 2 like this. And unfortunately, like I said, USA only. And you can email me at, thank you, Brenda. That's awesome for the roll-on. Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Betty. As far as being excited for me, I appreciate that. Somebody else just sent me an email. Now, there are limited quantities. It takes me about a week to make a batch because it has to be joined together and cooked and taken care of, infused really, really well, then sits for a couple of days, and then I transfer it into all these little bottles. That ain't easy. That ain't easy. Just for the faint of heart. Y'all, the first couple of times I did that. You're welcome. Thank you First couple of times I tried to get this, it was just for me at the time, but the first couple of times I tried to get it in those little bottles, I had oil all over the world. But I've just about kind of gotten it down to a science now, so that's a good thing. But I just wanted to share with you that this is a time where we're all worried about each other's germs, right? We're all concerned. If it used to, I had somebody, I got to tell you something funny. So went in the post office, I was mailing out some of these packages, and I coughed. And I went, it's not COVID. And they said, no, I'm not worried about that anymore. That's just going to be kind of a part of our lives these days. But she said it used to be that you would cough to cover a poot. Now you poot to cover a cough. Isn't that crazy? You got calendula at my food cutting table and bathroom. You look forward to leaving my store-bought mass-produced calendula, Miss Ann. Thank you for mailing out my oil. I'm really excited. Yeah, me too. I'm just tickled to death. So, what can all this be used for? Do you only use castor oil in the belly at night? No, Becky, you can use castor oil all over your body. And the calendula, on top of that, has so many healing products. Well, I'd have to look it up in my books, but I can tell you, I purchased, yeah, you have to poot to cover up a cough. That's crazy. I have used this book to learn the Lost Book of Herbal Remedies. That helped a lot, learning about all these different spices. And then the Castor Oil Bible. I use this too. So get some research. Oh, good, Rebecca. You're excited to get your bottles. They're in the mail. They've been in the mail since last Monday. They should be there anytime. Castor oil does help with hair regrowth. It absolutely does. I put it on my, y'all, I got old lady eyebrows. And the calendula can too. But I have old lady eyebrows, which means, let's just get real. When you get old, you start losing your hair in all the wrong places because you grow hair in all the wrong places. Your chin, your nose, everything. It just gets crazy. So my eyebrows were getting so thin that I could no longer, you couldn't even see them. I'm not good enough to draw them on, okay? I'm just not good enough to draw on my eyebrows. I look like I'm always surprised. But I started putting it on my hands, this calendula castor oil, putting it on my hands, and then I would just wipe my eyebrows a little bit. Well, they're filling in, y'all. They're filling in. I think they're pretty cool. I mean, for 65, that I always tell everybody I'm 75, so I look good for 65. Yeah, for a 65 old lady. Natural calendula oil is a natural neosporin, as Black Tropicals will share with you. It is a neosporin also. What she's talking about is like for bug bites or cuts or paper cuts, man. Paper cuts are awful. I mean, every time you get a paper cut, that's the only thing that you hit or touch. But this can help. I had a fella that came to the house that got eaten alive by mosquitoes. Poor thing. I handed him one of these to be able to put on his bug bites. They didn't itch anymore. They were healed by the next day. It's just, and some of my grandchildren have a terrible time with mosquito bites or bug bites of any kind. They swell up, they knot up. Anytime they get bitten, they have really allergic reactions to bug bites. But you can put this on, roll it on, and it does. Between the calendula, that it has all the healing products for your skin, and the castor oil, it helps cure. It helps treat. Now, when I say the word cure, I'm not a doctor. I am no way close, no way, no how a doctor. I can't tell you what to do. You need to do your own research to see, because there are some people that are allergic to calendula. I don't know who they are, but there are some people. Can you show the castor oil Bible again? Absolutely. The Castor Oil Bible, and it's by Elizabeth Ross. Elizabeth Ross. And this is such good information, y'all. And I really encourage you very, very much to do some research. And yes, we can all do this. You can do this. Thank you. Thank you, Christine. I'm so thankful that Sherry and me got you hooked on castor oil too. It makes a difference in your life, y'all. It makes a difference in your life. In my life. You see my hands? Now there's some scars because it's been years. It's been years since I've been brave enough to show you the palm of my hands, which is ridiculous, right? I mean, you think that might be stupid, and I thought I was the only person in the world, and I was worried to pieces that people would think, oh, I don't want to catch that, or if I was bleeding, to leave things, pieces of me everywhere, right? This has fixed it. Now, you have to be consistent. Consistency is a problem with us, with any kind of homeopathic use. Once you start feeling better, then you quit using it. Well, I can tell. If I don't use it for several days, 3 or 4 days, or wash a bunch of dishes, or fold a lot of clothes, things like that, anything that you would use your hands with, pick up a coffee cup, for goodness sakes. Then I can tell I need to get back on my regiment. You ordered the book. That's awesome, Sandy. Thank you. I'm glad. You'll love it. Sandy is a researcher as well. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. You might have a little something at the post office. You need to check that first. Do you think it would help dark spots on the skin? Absolutely, Jesse's girl. Absolutely. Y'all, been using it on my skin. Now, I'm going to take my glasses off for a second. I might not see a thing. And yes, I have makeup on. But there's a spot that I've had right here on my skin. It's an old age spot. I went to the dermatologist when I had all this psoriasis. I went to a bunch of doctor's offices when I had all these things going on. And they tried to give me would for a time. It would help, but so it caused other things. So you get one thing fixed and another thing breaks, right? So you have to take more medicine because the other thing breaks. And it's really bad for you. But I've been using it on that little brown spot right there. It's fading. Oh, my sound stopped for a second. Can you hear me now? I hope you can hear me now, because that's pretty weird pictures, I bet, of you seeing me going like this. So y'all let me know if you can hear and see me, because we're just about done. Okay, good. It's back. That's awesome. So what I wanted to do was share with you what I have found. If it were up to me and money were no object whatsoever, because y'all, the postage has gone up. It cost almost $7 to mail out a package now. I don't care how light it is. It's crazy. Used to be like 5 something. You're welcome, Jesse's girl, Miss Lisa. You're welcome. Good. I'm glad you can hear me on Facebook. That's awesome. So what I have is a larger bottle. This is 2-ounce bottles. And then a smaller bottle that is a roll-on that you can take around with you. That's $15. And if you want to just try the roll-on to see if you're allergic to it, that's fine. And it all includes shipping. Now, if you get both, which is what I would suggest, getting both, it is $35. $35 for both. But it all includes shipping and handling, because Trust me, there's the insulated envelopes and the plastic wrap and the tape and all the time and all those kinds of things that we're trying to do. So if you would like to order some, you can at landofplentyproducts@gmail.com. I changed that from my regular email address because, y'all, as creators, we get dozens of emails a day. And in a week's time, we could have 100 emails if we didn't clear them out. So I didn't want your order to get lost. So if you would like it, thank you, Inspired Clips. It's fixed. Good. If you would like, you can email me at landofplentyproducts@gmail.com. It's $25 for a larger one, which if you got it pretty strong, I would use this. And then $15 for the small one, which goes up to 40. But you put them together, if you order both of them, it's $35. And just email, I take PayPal, and there's a couple of other ways that we could work it out, but right now it's a PayPal link. And I'll email you back. Make sure you email me your address. I did get hey there, Anthony. I did get a PayPal payment with no name or address, y'all. So don't be doing that. I want you to email me first, landofplenty.products, landofplentyproducts.com. Okay, let me take a sip of my Focus tea. It is actually called Brain Power from Black's Tropical Homestead. I am going to have a website coming really soon. Thank you, Cherie. That's okay, Caleb. Hey, Renee. And I'm tickled to pieces about this website, y'all. AnnDaleHomestead.com. It's also going to be landofplentyproducts.com. They're going to lead to each other so you don't get confused. But yeah, I'm going to have a website. I'm trying to take pictures. Have you ever taken any pictures that you want like the world to see? I'm not good at that. I'm not good at it, but I'm working on it. So if you have any allergies to bug bites, you have some scratches on you, you have some dark spots on your face, you need some hair growth on your eyebrows or even your hair. You can use castor oil, just plain castor oil for your hair. And if you don't have an opportunity to purchase this, start off with really good castor oil. Make sure that it is cold pressed and Hexon free, because there's some cheap products out there. If you get your castor oil and it's real watery, that's not what you want. You want some really good, thick, wonderful castor oil. Let's see. Well, we don't do that here, Anthony. Thank you, though. Hey, Danny. How you doing, Danny Days? Yep. And Black's Tropical has put my email in there, landofplentyproducts@gmail.com. That's to purchase the natural healing oil. And it is, y'all. I wouldn't come up here and tell you if I hadn't already used it myself. And I would say that I was one of the worst cases that you could get. When you walk in the dermatologist office and they take a step back, or they go, ugh, it's so embarrassing and awful. And I've tried to change my diet. I've tried all kinds of things. I've used steroid creams. And that's when the doctors start pushing medication. Here, try this. Try this. Try this. Try this. And nothing ever seemed to work. And it was something that you keep to yourself because you don't want people to know, right? You think you're the only one out there that this is happening to, but you're not. And if you do have troubles with insect bites or cuts, or I personally, being an older person, now have paper skin, where if I put a shopping bag on my arm, or I put other things on me or bump into something, it is handmade by me. Thank you. Natural healing oil, calendula oil, made by Miss Ann, available at landofplentyproducts@gmail.com. Yeah, but I have used it on, because paper skin is a thing when you nick yourself or hit yourself, or it used to be you just, you touch yourself like that and you get a big red blotch up there. Looks like somebody gave you one of those, what is it, strawberries, where they wring your wrist and stuff. But it's just older age and your capillaries are closer to the top. So what this does is help fade that, helps heal that, helps you to understand that through God's way, the things that God has made and already has on this earth, we can heal ourselves. It's just up to us to learn how to do it, to learn how to make it. So I have made calendula oil that I wanted to share with you in a big bottle and a little bottle. And trust me, I wish I could give it to you. I really do. It's $35 for both. No shipping on anything. $25 for the big one, $15 for the little one. Email me at landofplenty@gmail.com. Yeah, self-healing is real. I was just watching Black Struggle. As you can see, I have the soil family t-shirt, because we are the soil family, all of us, anybody that grows anything in the soil. We are soil families because we're working on what God already planned for us. What he already has made on this earth is what we're doing. It's just up to us to use it. Yes, Soil Family Expo's coming up in April. That's so awesome. So, how long after you started applying it to your face did you see the results? Penny, I'll be honest with you. A lot of people put it on their eyelashes when they're losing their eyelashes, but for some reason my eyes get a little bit red when I put it on there. But I've been using it on this little spot. I've only started that for about the last 6 weeks. It's gradual. It's not overnight, but it didn't show up in a day or two either. This has been, well, I started about 6 months ago, but I hardly ever used it. I've used it consistently for about 3 months. And I can shake your hand. I can show you the way like Vanna White. Ta-da! Isn't that crazy? That's just insane. It does help with hair growth, Sandra. It certainly does. Calendula and castor oil both help with hair growth. I have, my daughter has some of, not the psoriasis part, but a little bit of the same issues that I do. You feel you on the teeth situation on my teeth, or okay, got you. You're talking to somebody else, Kayla. Anyway, it is something that I didn't want to stay on here forever. I just wanted to come on and share some things that helped me so that maybe it would help you. Maybe you can help you. And don't forget, hey, LGGG, great. It is crazy good, inspired clips. It really is. And it smells, it doesn't really have a smell, but if it had a smell, it would be more like a nutty type of smell, something like that. Well, Penny, you should. That'd be great. Email me your address at landofplentyproducts@gmail.com. And that way you can give me your address. I can send you the link for PayPal. It is in my About sections. I do have my PayPal in the About sections, y'all, but don't PayPal me without emailing me first, because I was lost when somebody sent me $35 and all they said was for calendula. Well, I had to send it back because I didn't know the address. And then eventually I found out the address And guess what? It was Canada. Okay, the post office told me that Canada and Mexico are the two, which are attached to our country, are the two most expensive places to ship. So right now, I'm only going to be able to ship in the continental U.S. Continental U.S. And yeah, it can help with inflammation. It helps with, look at my hands, y'all. I could use my hands. Not only with this calendula oil, but just so you know, and I got it right here in front of me, so I could tell you about it. I've been using Black's Tropical Wild Yam Cream. This stuff has changed, has rocked my world, they say. I'm going to rock your world. Oh, my goodness. But, yeah, it has helped turn my life completely around with the arthritis. And I was able to, because I've talked about arthritis infusions and shots and things like that. Well, I still go to a rheumatologist. I had some medication that I was supposed to take at home, and I only used half the dose, right? Just to see if these herbs and things, the calendula oil, the wild yam cream, all these kinds of things would help. Grand. Now, I was supposed to go back on Monday or this past Monday, to the rheumatologist. But I had a cough. I had an upper respiratory issue thingy, right? And thank you, Danny. I do have relief. And I called and postponed it. They can't see me again. I was hoping to see them next week, but excuse me. Speaking of coughing, they can't see me until the middle of November. Well, normally I would panic because the last few days before you're supposed to get your medication again is usually very painful. But I'm great. I'm grand. And guess what else? When the doctor, because all I did was talk to the nurse, and when the doctor heard that I had an upper respiratory infection or a upper respiratory cough, she called me back immediately and said, stop taking that medication right away. Oh, yeah? Why for? And so, because I'm not looking to, I don't look up side effects of medications until I have a side effect, because I don't want to self-impose those side effects. I don't want to be looking for them and speaking them into existence. The very top side effect of this medication is upper respiratory infections. So I have to wait for it to get out of my system. Infusions didn't help you. You tried back shot, only helped for 4 days. I'm sorry, Teresa. That's really hard. That's really hard. So I'm getting ready to go. I'm the 30-minute girl. It's been 38 minutes already that we've been on here together. I can't tell you. I've gotten a few emails. This is a limited amount. I'm going to continue to make it because I know that not only I need it, but maybe it can help you as well. So remember, the way to give it a try, to give it a shot, pun intended, maybe something, I don't know, is this is $25 for this size, $15 for this size. All of it's free shipping, and trust me, the shipping is expensive, but I'm absorbing that shipping and the cost of everything else to go with it. But if you get both together, then instead of it being $40, it's $35. So, just for you to check out. Yeah, my hands are healed, Kayla. They're so much better. They're so much better. And I hope to keep trucking. So email me, landofplentyproducts@gmail.com. And I love you all. And I'll talk to you soon. Remember, the Lord says, I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They're plans for good and not to harm you. They're plans for hope. and a future. A future of goodness with the things that He's already provided for us. Y'all have a great day. I love you. I'll talk to both of you soon. Bye-bye now.